freaking love this thing. This month I'm giving away a G Pro Wireless and a G613. Check out the description to see how you can enter. What's up guys, Andrew here at my channel Gear Inc., where I get to share what I'm passionate about with you. And in my channel, that's PC tech, games, and gear. And today we're reviewing some gear. This handy little remote from Silverstone that basically allows you to turn on your computer remotely. So this kind of product, it's kind of funny because I hear a lot of you being like, Andrew, I'm Andrew, why would you buy something like this? Are you really so lazy that you cannot sit up the 1 foot from where you're sitting to turn on your computer? Well, what if I am too lazy? I'm not. But this product intrigued me so much, and I can actually think of quite a few practical applications for it. Now, there are two versions that Silverstone has. One of them is the one that I've got, which is the 2.4 gigahertz receiver that you plug into PCIe. The other one actually runs off of one of the USBs on the motherboard itself. However, I have no USBs to spare, so this is the one I went with. So in terms of what comes with this thing, you have a little screwdriver that's actually used to get into the remote itself. It comes with a 3-volt battery, so you don't have to worry about tracking one down. Comes with a manual, and then of course comes with the 2.4 gigahertz receiver, which you do need to plug into a PCIe. Getting the battery in this thing is dead simple. You literally use the little included screwdriver to unscrew the back. And then after flipping over the circuit board, you essentially just pop it in. I actually had a difficult time getting this back on simply because I didn't realize that I had flipped it over. So just make sure it's oriented correctly, and then you shouldn't have any issues getting it back. In terms of installing this into the computer, also pretty simple. I did standing up, so it was a little bit awkward, but basically I put it into that PCIe slot that I had free. And then once everything was installed, I actually have one of those dongles that you can plug all of the case, power, reset everything into. Made it super simple to plug both the power and reset into the board itself. And so that was easy as well. So now the only thing left is to test this thing. So let's go ahead and do that. And so let's see if it works. All right, remote's in my hand, kind of hard to see in the dark. Let's see if it turns on. All right. We're on the first floor of the house. This is the main level, so we're gonna test it now and see if it works. All right, guys, I'm heading back into my basement. Time to see if it turned on. Disappointing. So it can't apparently, between the ceiling and the ground, it can't apparently make it through. There's too much interference for the 2.4 receiver. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually go outside and see if that works instead. All right guys, so I am literally about 60 feet away from my house, kind of in the driveway in my little neighborhood. So we're gonna test it again. I am really hoping that this computer is gonna be on. Nah, okay, so that is that. So what it looks like is it's got about an effective range realistically of between 40 to 50 feet. It wasn't able to penetrate this floor. Doesn't mean that it couldn't, because I mean, I just kind of clicked it once. It is possible depending on the positioning, like if I had been standing right over it, it may have worked, but actually still pretty dang cool. So I'm gonna turn on one more time. So guys, I had a really good time reviewing this thing. Now, some of you may be wondering, in terms of the total distance, like I said, it's rated, I think, to up to 60 feet if I was reading the manual correctly. I may be a little off on my measurements, but if you have a lot of stuff, interfering with it, like the roof, the ceiling, 3 or 4 walls when I went outside, probably not gonna pick up the signal. That being said, there's a lot of use cases for this that honestly, I don't think a lot of people would think of. So number one, I have some friends who are handicapped, in wheelchairs, and depending on where the computer is, reaching down to turn it on or reaching super up high can be difficult. It can honestly get pretty annoying if it's something you have to kind of do on the daily. Something like this is great for people who are in a position where they can't reach the computer or have some other physical limitation from turning it on. The other thing is that having your computer in a position other than your desk, like in a room next to it for quiet, for cue sticks for heat and all of that stuff, is becoming way more common. Or if you had it mounted on the wall, for example, or maybe you don't want a case at all and you want to do something unique. This allows you to remove the need to have any power button, and it's quite frankly something that I'm probably going to use every single day. I love this thing. Now, as a parent, this also has a very unique use because I have a 4-year-old and I have a 4-year-old son. He's going to be a gamer. There's no way he's not a gamer with me being his dad. That being said, if he hasn't, done his chores or his homework or he's giving me lip, And by that same token, pray that my wife and my son never find this thing because they will troll me. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I really love this thing. I don't have anything else to say about it except it works really well and I like it a lot. So anyway, if you like this video, leave me a big thumbs up. If you thought it was terrible, leave me a thumbs down. Remember to get subscribed and hit that bell icon so you know when these videos drop next. If you haven't entered the giveaway for the Logitech G Pro Wireless and the G613, make sure you do because that's going to be going on for about a month, like a little shorter than a month. And as always, guys, I'm going to continue to make content and I hope to see every single one of you next time here on Garrett Inc.